Let me a hill I can climb. Give me a mountain to move, and I'll prove that it's a very special day. I woke up early this morning, bloom on my head. Had a big feeling to climb back in bed. Then I looked in the mirror, and somebody said, wake up, wake up. It's time for you to lose the blues, and this is a very special treat.
All right, and a very special treat we do have. It is a Monday. That means my partner in crime, my co-host this morning, is Laura Lee. Good morning, Laura.
Good morning, Miss Becky. Happy 69th birthday to
Yes,
WSLM.
WSLM. Let's clarify that.
WSLM.
Yeah. I was talking to some of the commissioners, and they were joking. I was like, "It's the radio station's birthday." Okay, let's clarify that one real quick.
Becky's next month.
Yeah. Aww. And I'm not there yet, right?
No,
I wasn't even a twinkle in the eye yet. Okay, so let's just. I'm gonna keep reminding everybody that one. Okay. All right. So glad to have you with us, Laura. In the hot seat we have Dr. Mindy Gunn, Dr. Black's Associates, is in the house this morning. Woo woo. Good morning, Mindy.
Good morning.
And happy Monday, right?
Happy Monday. Happy birthday, WSLM, not Becky.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Yeah, thank you so much.
All the good stuff today.
Yeah, definitely.
Honored to be here on this day, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. We got a little bit of everything going on here. We got a lot going on. For anybody OCD.
Well, Beck, that's
right.
I'll let it slide today.
Mindy over there. If I can just clean this up here.
I'll let it slide today. It's birthday.
Yeah. All right, let's take our sponsors.
Absolutely. We have Walmart, Meadowview Healthcare, Salem Crossing, Hoosier Uplands, Celebrity Home Loans, Dr. Black's Eye Associates, Dr. Mindy Gunn, and Fox Furley Wealth Management.
All right, we are supposed to be joined by actually our own little Cupid himself. Dave Combs is going to talk to us about some romantic music, so we're going to talk about that. But first of all, let's go ahead and talk about the game last night.
Blue Gatorade. Blue
Gatorade.
And who got it right? Woo
I said what? Orange.
I said orange.
Red.
I said orange.
I couldn't remember what I said here. See,
Yeah.
Laura and I talked about this week.
Yeah.
But at our house we did that, and
Yeah.
I was blue.
Yeah.
And so but it was funny because we had
Should have known.
Yeah.
It was blue. Should have known.
Yeah.
Should have known.
And I missed the whole too. And so I do this little pick'em, and it's called Bleacher Report. It's an app, yeah. And so they had, who's going to sing first and all that. And I said Mary J. And I should have known it was Snoop. I've almost picked Snoop, but anyway. But yeah, I said orange Gatorade. I should have known it was blue.
I know.
Yeah.
I wanted orange so bad, but
I did want an orange.
it
but
was blue.
of course they wouldn't do orange because orange Bengals. And they're the blue.
Well, that's why I thought that it would be orange.
Oh,
That's why I
right.
wanted
See, well, you were
orange.
thinking that they would have won.
Yes,
right.
What we were trying to figure out is
Reverse psychology.
Yeah. So if
gotcha.
you knew exactly who you were kind of rooting for, who you thought, you know what I mean, who you think was going to win, which I was just, I don't know. I was just so much wanting them to win.
I know.
Right?
They'll be back, I think. They'll be back.
I heard someone, and I'm not going to name drop, but they said something about, well, the Bengals, they just actually just got there. Did they deserve it? And I'm thinking, you know what? If you're there, you deserve it, baby.
You beat the Chiefs. You deserve it.
Thank you.
You beat the Chiefs.
A game is a game.
Yeah.
And that's, a lot of times, like even in high school or college or whatever, like when we go to play those tough teams or whatever, you're thinking, but that's not true.
And the Bengals beat the Chiefs twice.
Look at that.
Last year.
It's a drop the microphone. They do deserve. I mean,
right.
And how can you say that? I was just like, what a terrible statement. I was like, oh, you know what I mean? That kind of offended me because I thought
they deserve
because
it.
if you're there, you got to be deserving.
They deserve it.
You worked your tail end
So
off.
I think if the Bengals can shore up their defense a little bit, maybe we can change their coaching staff there a little bit. I think their head coach is amazing. But they let Cup beat them there at the end, and but the Rams, they kind of built. I mean, that was their goal. I was happy for Aaron Donald too, and I covered my bets and then some last night, so I was pretty happy about that.
You enough to buy a new dress or a new suit?
Absolutely, baby. And the shoes.
Oh, look at you. And shoes. You
I
can buy
got a
shoes, too.
$500 check coming my way,
Look
babe.
at you. All right. Lunch on Monday.
Now wait, it's gonna take a week to get here, so yeah. I'm doing it the old school way because I'm old and I don't do a lot of online banking. So.
That's so funny. All right, we're gonna actually go. I do believe we have Dave Combs with us. Good morning, Dave.
Well, good morning. Is this Miss Becky?
Yes, it is. Also, Becky, we also have Laura and Mindy with us in the house, and we are so excited that Cupid has dropped in. And we're going to be talking about the relationship between music and love.
Absolutely. That sounds wonderful. What a wonderful way to kick off Valentine's Day.
I agree. 110%. Absolutely. I've got so many things I want to ask and talk about, but let's go ahead and jump in. Tell us a little bit about your background and some information on yourself, Dave.
Certainly. I was born in East Tennessee, a little town called Irwin. I grew up in a musical family. My mother and father both played the piano. My grandmother Combs, she played the old pump organ, and her favorite instrument, I think, was the autoharp. If you've ever seen one of those, I think Mother Maybelle Carter probably put that on the map. But anyway, I grew up around music and church and family, and went to school, and I became a computer programmer for Western Electric. That was my full-time, daytime job, but I've stayed active in my music all my life. And then in 1981, I wrote a song called Rachel's Song that changed my life. It basically, I didn't even really sit down to write it. It was just a gift to me, I think, from God. And I played it and gave it its name for our godchild, Rachel, who was born a couple of years later, and recorded it, got played on the radio all over the country. People loved it, and I started getting letters. And I hope you'll have time today for me to share at least 2 or 3 of the romantic letters that I got about Rachel's Song. Some of them are pretty funny, but they're all have to do with love and romance.
We would love. Well, let's jump right in. Let's hear those.
Okay, well, the first one of these, this is from a lady named Antoinette, and by the way, these are printed in my book. I have a new book called Touched by the Music, How the Story and Music of Rachel's Song Can Change Your Life. And chapter 21 is full of these little stories, and this one, the pertinent part of it says, she says, "We have truly worn out Rachel's Song. We listen to it on one of your other tapes every single evening while lying in bed, talking about things that went on that day, cuddling, and ... You fill in the blank." And then she says, "We used Rachel's Song in our wedding repertoire, played it continuously while on our honeymoon, and it brings back those memories and feelings every time we hear that music. That's why we play it all the time. We love that newlywed feeling." Isn't that a sweet note?
I love that. Absolutely. How awesome.
And then here's one from a gentleman named Hal. He says, we first heard Rachel's Song and were immediately mesmerized by this enthralling music. It sounded like a beautiful music box. My wife and I sat motionless while this song completely enriched our souls as we clasped hands together with this wonderful enjoyment. That's sweet, too.
Oh, my gosh. That's precious. It's very precious.
So, Dave, is this the same song that was in Blade Runner?
No, that's a different Rachel's Song. I wish I wish it was mine that was in a big movie, but no, that's a different Rachel's Song.
Gotcha, all right.
Well, you never say never, because a lot of times, they'll go back and they'll find different songs from movies, and so, it could possibly happen. You never know that, Dave.
Yeah, that's right. I had a person pretty prominent in Hollywood tell me one time, he said, your music, it sounds like a theme song for a love song movie, or a love story movie. And I thought, well, that would be really good, but, the movie business and music for movies is a whole different kind of business model. There are people who, that's their livelihood, is writing music for movies, and they tend to, music songs tend to go that way, but you never know when somebody's going to be struck by the music and say, well, I've got to use this song, and that'd be wonderful.
Awesome. So So is there like, can you tell a difference in the room? Like if we were sitting right here and all of a sudden like a love song started, I mean, can you tell a difference in the mood of the room when a love song starts?
Yes, whether it's in a room, in a gift shop, or in your home, or in any kind of a setting, as long as you can really, you got to hear the music first of all. It can't be that so noisy you can't hear it. But assuming that you can really listen to the music, I think it has just kind of a nostalgic, you know how when you get that dreamy feeling in yourself, you know, something takes you back to something sweet or precious in your past.
Yeah.
And I think a love song, whether it's my Rachel song or, you know, the theme from the Love Story, the movie, or any of those really beautiful love songs, they can really just reach into your heart and soul and take your mind and your thoughts back to those loved ones and people that you love, or places that bring back those really, really special memories.
Definitely. Well, you know, today is the radio station's birthday, and today WSLM turned 69 on Valentine's Day. And my mom wrote a song born on Valentine's Day back in 1953, WSLM, with Variety, and it goes on. But when I hear that song and know that she wrote it, it always just completely just stops me in my tracks because I miss her so bad. But it's amazing what music can do to us. It takes us, like you said, to somewhere that maybe we wouldn't go just in our mind normally.
Well, that's exactly right. Now, am I correct in that your mom Charlotte and your dad Don are both passed away?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, well, both my parents are gone too. So there's lots of Valentine's days that we can remember back when they were alive, and
right.
I'm sure, and that brings back really nice, sweet memories.
Definitely, for sure. And then to start the station, my dad started it in 1953. It's pretty cool to keep up the tradition and keep going. But let's on music. Do you feel like more people are attracted to the women singers, or that was something that we talk about a lot? Do more people like request the men singing, or the women singing, or the duets?
Well, you know, I like both, but I think for love songs, you just can't beat a wonderful female singer that just really special. But then there's like Julio Iglesias, some of these crooners, you know, that really put out some fantastic singing. Perry Como, all these wonderful old singers that have a wonderful voice. So I'm not sure that it really matters. I think it's more about the voice and the singer and the song, that the magic that goes with that mixture, whether it's male or female. But I like them both.
Yeah, I do too. I think that I think it also depends on your individual person too, and who you, I guess who you can relate to, and what the song is saying.
Exactly, but you know, sometimes it's just an instrumental song where you put your own thoughts and words in it, like my Rachel song. But then again, there are those others where somebody wrote some very clever and personal lyrics that just speak to your heart as well. So that it takes both, I think.
Definitely, and I think, yeah. Go ahead, Mindy.
So, Dave, what songs are you going to play for your sweetheart tonight? Just what's your playlist look like?
Oh my! You know, I made music that's streaming, and you know, it's easy to say, hey, either you can say Siri or Google or whatever, and have them play a certain song. But I like to play some of our favorite old artists. You can just say, so playing so and so's music, and let the computer pick out the songs and pick out our favorite artists that were around in hot tunes when we first met. Glenda and I met in 1969, and so that takes us back to a whole different era of music. And so we'll like to play the music of the 60s and the 70s and sit there and hold hands. But my wife plays piano too, so we'll sit down. I have a piano and keyboard side by side. She'll play. I'll put her on the piano and I'll be on the keyboard, and we'll just play some of these old songs that we like and play them together. So that's another way that we enjoy music and our relationship.
Right. Well, and then, Hollywood, I think of like Guardian of the Galaxy, they really brought back some of the older music, and maybe introduced some that maybe some of the younger ones have not heard. But, you have music for proposals, you have music for wedding ceremonies, the honeymoon, everything. I mean, music is a part of it. And like when you're planning your wedding list and your wedding songs, or if you're planning a song list, it can be a lot of work.
Oh, it definitely was. I know Linda and I, when we got married, of course, music was a big part of our wedding. We had a piano organ duet music as part of our wedding. But picking out those wedding songs was important to us. And I have to say that I have had probably hundreds of letters and notes from people, young ladies, who have said that they used Rachel's song in their wedding. Some of them actually walked down the aisle to Rachel's song, but most of the time, I think Rachel's song was used, for example, to play when the mothers are escorted down the aisle to be seated, that kind of thing. So Rachel's song, and I have the piano sheet music for it now. So tons of that for people to play at weddings. So it can be a big part, an important part, and people write to me years and years later about that song and how much it meant to them after all these years in their wedding.
That's awesome. Very good. Yeah. Well, and to know you've been a part of their journey, that's pretty awesome.
That's a pretty deep connection, and I'm really honored that that's the case.
Absolutely. You're there, and you're there, and you didn't even know it.
That is right.
But you missed out on the cake. You should say, "Hey, send me some. Send me a little gift package with the."
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, send me some cake, but on the honeymoon, if you're using our song, I don't want to know about it. Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Dave, you're awesome, and Cupid, and thank you so much for calling in. And of course, let's talk about your book. How can we get your book, Touched by the Music?
Well, the easiest way to start with would probably be just to go to my website. It's real simple. It's just Combs Music, COMBSMUSIC.com. And there, the first thing you'll see is my book on the left and my CD of Rachel's song on the right. Just click there and go. The book will take you right to Amazon, where you can purchase either a paperback, or if you're into Kindle, you can download it and start reading it instantly. And if you like to hear me talk, you can get an audio book of it off of Amazon and listen to me for 8 hours reading it to you.
I love that.
So you can go to combsmusic.com, and that's probably the easiest and simplest way to remember it. And I enjoy hearing from people. My email address, too, if you want to write to me, is just Dave@combsmusic.com. I read them all and answer them all, so I would enjoy hearing from you as well. And I've heard from over 50,000 people, believe it or not, Becky, over the years about Rachel's song and my music. 50,000 is a lot of people.
Is it too early this morning to hear a little bit of Rachel's song?
Well, I don't have any way of playing it here. Do you? I may have sent you the MP3 file of it.
I will check it out, but I don't have it available right now, but definitely will.
Yeah, I don't have a way. I don't think that it would sound decent to play it through the telephone. Encourage your listeners to just go, and when you get to my website, you'll see when you go click on the CD of Rachel's song, you'll find a way to listen to it. There actually is a YouTube video that I made with my photography and Rachel's song in the background. So when you go there, you can just search for me on YouTube and say Rachel's song Dave Combs, and it'll pop up. And it's a beautiful video with photography and Rachel's song playing in the background.
I love that. Love that. That's awesome. Dave, you are Mr. Cupid himself, okay?
Thank you. Well, it's a pleasure to talk with you early this morning, and I hope that you have a wonderful Valentine's Day yourself and all your listeners, and I thank you so much for having me on this morning.
Thank you. Take care. All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I am right from Tennessee, and Tennessee, I always think of Tennessee as like a nice little getaway, romantic getaway,
Yeah.
And how apropos for him to be right there in the heart of it all. Yeah. So
what a nice man.
Very nice, very nice. I do want to say Commissioner Rick Roberts just messaged me and said, happy birthday. Thank you, Rick. I appreciate that. And he said, thank you for all you do. Well, thank you for all you do too. And, it is a fun, definitely a fun time, like talking with Mr. Cupid himself on Valentine's Day. And we appreciate him calling in for sure. And love music and love songs are all wonderful and set a great mood for sure. What's your favorite love song, Lindy?
Oh,
I'm putting you on the spot, Lord. You know you're.
oh, I know. Well, I mean, it'd have to be Marvin Gaye. Let's get it on.
Let's get it on.
I mean, that song.
Yeah,
Marvin has such a beautiful such a beautiful voice.
Yeah, I really like Train. My favorite song of theirs is probably "Marry Me."
Oh yeah.
Super sweet song.
Yes, Train.
Oh,
that's a good one.
Looking for
it's a good one.
To do. Yeah, I love that. Oh, that's so cute. I've seen that done so many times on proposals.
Oh yeah.
That is adorable. That's good. Well played, Laura. Very, very good. I'd have to say I do like. Of course, I like so many. You guys, I'm like a smorgasbord. But I like Boys to Men. I'll make love to you.
Yes. I like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
I thought of another one. Tupelo Honey by Van Morrison. Oh my goodness, that's
now. What is it?
Tupelo Honey.
Tupelo Honey.
Tupelo Honey by Van Morrison. Tupelo
Honey.
Honey.
How does it go again?
Oh, you'd look it up. You'll be in love with it. Yeah, it's from the album Tupelo Honey. That whole album is really good. But yeah.
Well, and I love the Eagles. Anytime you put the Eagles on, you know what I mean? And Bob Seger.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious me. Have mercy. Rod Stewart.
Yeah.
No. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm more in
I'm.
Me.
You know who that was.
Oh, Laura. Oh my gosh, Laura, we cannot be friends anymore.
Okay, I'm
sorry.
gonna take a chocolate away. Every time you say something like that, I'm taking a chocolate away.
So
I had no idea.
So baby, you can talk all night. 203 ain't bad. Yeah, which is not really a love song per se, but it sounds like one, right?
She packed her bag.
I know. Right, exactly. It's more like the anti-love song.
She kept on telling me. Well, we could do Paradise by the Dashboard Light.
Right, that's right.
I did that the other day, didn't I?
You did.
I couldn't take it any longer. Lord, it was great.
Yeah.
Get me pumping like a tidal wave. My brother was great. Now that's not. Yeah, I was gonna say that is. I don't know if you classify that as a love song.
Probably not a love song either.
Shania Twain's always beautiful. Olivia Newton-John.
Barry White. That's another one.
Yeah,
Barry White.
Yeah.
That nice baritone voice. Yeah, Barry White.
You ever seen The Wedding Planner with Jennifer Lopez?
Oh, yes.
They talk about if you pick Olivia Newton-John, I will always love you, and that right there, your marriage only gonna last like a year or two. Yeah. Remember that?
Yeah.
You're like she goes.
Is that the she remade that song? Oh, that's another one. Whitney and Dolly.
Oh, good.
Whitney and Dolly.
Yes, that's it.
I will
which is a platonic love song, actually.
Absolutely.
That's actually a platonic love song. Whitney or Dolly?
I can't choose. I don't know.
I go back and forth.
I do too. That's me. Absolutely.
This is a huge debate among my friend circle, which is better.
I don't
Whitney
know.
or Dolly?
Whoa. Well, I don't know, because here's the thing. You can't really mess with Dolly Parton. I mean, oh my gosh,
it's her song, right?
Yes,
I mean, it's
she
her
wrote
song.
it, and she wrote these songs. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And she's been around for so long, and she's seen so many things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And she stayed fresh, and she stayed in the public eye. She's not ever left. Okay,
right.
So I mean, she's just like a solid, right?
Yeah.
You know, every time you hear Dolly Parton,
But I mean, just for the song. I mean, just the song, minus all the other stuff. The way she did it versus Whitney's version. Man, Whitney's that. I mean,
she drops the microphone.
Yeah, I know.
She belts that out.
And I saw this interview, and I guess there were some issues with the rights over that.
Oh, I think so.
Song.
Yeah, I think so.
But I think after that, I saw this interview with Dolly. You gotta love Dolly. She is amazing. But they said, so what do you think, of the song? And she said, hey, every time that little gal sings that song, I get paid.
There you go. That's exactly right.
And I was like, you go, girl.
Absolutely.
Every time that little gal sings that song, I get paid. I love it.
Yeah. Well, and if you watch The Bodyguard, which I love The Bodyguard, I'm a movie buff, but on The Bodyguard, in the very beginning when they do this dance, Whitney and Kevin Costner, they're dancing to that.
Yeah.
And she's like, kind of, well, that's just sad. It's like they've done it country. You know what I mean? They've kind of made it a country song. It's just like, well, that's not even, that's sad. That's a sad. And then at the end, when they do it, she does it.
It's really, I mean.
And she hires the older gentleman to be her new bodyguard because he said, I don't trust you.
Right. Right.
Hilarious.
Yep.
So funny. So I did see over the weekend. I did see the new Jennifer Lopez movie, "Marry Me."
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's okay. You know by the trailer and by the commercials. You kind of know, but it's fun. It's really cute. It's very good. Yeah, so it's really. I love
light entertainment.
Yes, and I love Owen Wilson, and I love Jennifer Lopez, and so it's really good. It's good. Yeah.
Good.
So I like to watch those. So give my 2 thumbs up. Okay.
All right.
So,
all right.
But anyway, Valentine's Day. Real quick, I need to tell the history of the station. It was supposed to go on, and this is the top of my head, okay? So I usually try to tell it every year. So it was supposed to go on Christmas on 1952. It actually, the equipment that my dad had got stolen, and it was a sad, sad time, but they did find it. But so they deemed it the equipment that was most preferred by thieves. My dad sent that out, which on the wire, which went. Everybody loved that. You take a negative and make it a positive. So actually didn't get started on the air until 1953, Valentine's Day, back in 1953. And of course, started off and, he actually was told by, I love this part because he was told by a lot of people that you can't do that. That's something that, won't ever be able to be done. And he did to stop. I think that right there, if that's not a life lesson right there, just keep doing and chasing your dreams. Of course, we know how much he adored this place. Then my mother came to sing at this place at Wslm because she was a singer, a country music singer, and sang on Grand Ole Opry. And back then, you'd go around from station to station and try to get your record played and get your music heard. And of course, when my dad Google-eyed her, maybe Dolly Parton was playing or something. I don't know, something. Anyway, and so romance started, and so she started here, or started being so they got married, and of course she worked here and right beside him and many years, and so she passed away on Valentine's Day, which is the weirdest thing. So it was kind of a weird thing, but anyway, so then he continued on, and then he passed away too. So anyway, so I'm continuing on, which is a lot of pressure.
Absolutely. I remember hearing a lot of the residents saying that they used to have Valentine's dances out here.
Yes, absolutely.
And they would come to them for their dates and anniversaries and things. That was their Valentine's Day out. So there's been several that's told me that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And he did a lot of requests, and he would play music for a lot. And we always had big parties, but now we're in a different age, and we're in a different situation.
Absolutely.
But next year, the radio station will turn 70. And so we shall be having a bash, okay?
Yeah.
You never know. Never say never,
No.
right? No, but it's
so too bad the station can't collect Medicare benefits because you'd be you're in the Medicare age, right?
Yeah.
So I think sometimes things happen for a reason. Not that you want your equipment to be stolen or whatever, but I think Valentine's Day is it's a cool anniversary, maybe even more than Christmas as far as this setting goes, right? So I think that's cool.
It'd be hard to compete with Christmas.
Right.
Because Christmas is Christmas,
Right, and we kind of get buried, but this is kind of, I don't know, it's kind of a cool.
The Sweetheart Station.
Yeah, that's when they deemed it the Sweetheart Station.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So
what would it have been at Christmas?
I know. What a
Right.
great present. The gift station. I don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
So things happen for a reason. So that's cool that your dad persevered. Your dad was such a wonderful man too.
Absolutely.
He was such a wonderful guy.
Yeah, and he went to he was a Marine and how honorable he was on Guam, stationed on Guam. That's a whole other story. That's a long story. And then you go coming back, and he taught English at Salem, and he went to IU and taught English at Salem, and made his money to start this. And of course, there it is. So. And it's been in this building. We've been here.
Yeah.
This is the original building.
That's
I know.
Vintage.
Surprise!
It's vintage.
What? Yeah, it's very vintage. Yeah.
Very
That's what-
vintage.
yeah. You know, because, and it's funny because, you know, you have Walmart and you've got all the other restaurants here that are so pretty, but these neighbors are so nice. Everybody is so cool. And of course, you know, over at Walmart, they always, Bradley always says, oh, you're vintage. You're the cool one. You know what I mean? Yeah. So throwback, you know, over here. So, and I appreciate
Vintage is huge.
very kind. Yeah.
Vintage
There we
is
go.
huge.
Exactly. So, and our friend, Mindy, Glenn Applegate, he wanted to take, he was so cute. He wanted to take a barn and build over the top of this, like a shed or a shelter over this building so that it would never get hurt.
Like a sarcophagus.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
yeah.
So it would never get hurt. And then, you know, I mean, he wanted that so bad, like to protect it. So
Of course, Glenn did.
I know.
That sounds so Glenn Applegate.
Yeah, don't change a thing about this. This is all good. You know, don't change anything. Don't move anything. Don't change anything. Let's just build a over it, and so that we can protect it. Yeah,
That's awesome.
Of course, it's got a flat roof, which has a lot of challenges.
Right.
A flat roof. So.
Right.
Hey, speak up, Bradley. Get in here. Cake. Oh my goodness.
We have cake from the neighbors.
Yo, Bert, coming over here, bringing cake.
Sorry to interrupt.
Oh, not at all. We were just, I hope your
Crash
ears
party.
were burning. See, these are neighbors. These are the neighbors you want. Look at that.
Hey, did you hear her talking glowingly about her neighbors, and then you just appear with this cake?
No, I did not.
I was just
No.
talking.
I was in a meeting, so
Well, here, let's
I
get-
normally
let's
listen
get- we gotta
in
get
the
a selfie
office.
Here. Come
Yes.
here. Let's get a selfie. Let's get a selfie.
Sorry.
Becky's all about
Talk
the
a little bit
selfies.
about
Sorry.
the selfie. Yeah.
Becky's all about the selfies.
What kind of cake? Oh my goodness,
It's
it's a
marble.
marble cake.
Best of all worlds,
Oh,
right?
have mercy. Yeah, no
So, yeah.
calories, right? How
So.
beautiful. Oh, that's so pretty. Bradley, we were just talking about, you know, we were the retro on the block here, and you guys are
Vintage.
so awesome about
Vintage.
that, you know what I mean? Yeah, we were just
Nothing wrong with that
Yeah,
at all.
yeah,
Nothing wrong with
yeah.
that. We just want to stop by. I just want to stop by. Mike's in a meeting. He said to send you and WSLM his best. He probably would have wanted to get out of the meeting.
Yeah.
So, but Mondays are a crazy day. But we appreciate the partnership and you guys being great neighbors for us. And from day one, we've been very blessed with your support, WSLM support, and it's even special to me because growing up, with my parents or grandparents, listened to WSLM morning time, afternoon, before school, after school, everything. So all the ball games that we got to listen to, you know. So happy birthday,
Aw,
and it's been great. And thank you very much for being all you do for the community. It makes a difference every day.
Well, you are thank you. That's very kind, and you are a very wise man bringing cake. You know what I mean? 3 females. You know that.
See,
You
there
know
you
that.
go. I even wore red today,
I
which I
know
know the
you
radio
did for
folks can't see it, but
Valentine's Day.
for
Look at
Valentine's
that,
Day.
yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and I thought about that as I was pulling in. I was like, I forgot plates and forks, but I was like, we can.
They're here. We
They're
don't know
here.
why,
So there you go.
but apparently someone knew something was happening.
Maybe had a
Maybe.
partner in crime. I don't know.
Oh,
Okay.
inside
So-
scoop.
Yeah.
So you guys enjoying your Valentine's Day?
We just
Absolutely.
talked to Cupid, and we've been talking about romance, the music, and all the different things, and of course just told the story of the station. So yeah, we're having a great time. For
Great
sure.
story. So
Yeah.
yeah. So anyway,
And
well,
you're part of it now. You're a part of our story too.
well, thank you very
as
much.
we go on.
I'll let you guys get back to it. I just wanted to say, so happy birthday, WSLM. Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day, Brad.
In the studio.
All of us, you know.
So yeah, so great way to start a Monday, right?
Yes.
Can we do this every Monday or?
Sure.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm in. I am totally in. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, there's always room for cake.
That's right.
I know
Always
that's
room
an
for
old
cake.
saying for something else, but
That's
always room for
exactly
cake.
right.
So anyway.
Absolutely.
Well, I'm gonna scoot out of here. You
All
guys.
right,
Thanks, Brad.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Brad.
Brad.
Everybody.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, that was awesome and very good timing there for cake.
You just have to stay here all day.
I-
People's just gonna drop
cake
by.
and yeah. Well, we'll be all
Have
sugared
just
up, right?
a smorgasbord.
Definitely, for sure. Well, that's beautiful, but it is very nice, and I appreciate their friendship as far as neighbors, and that's nice. You know, when you have nice neighbors.
Absolutely.
Nice neighbors are good.
Oh, are they ever? Yeah, very good. So of course, we are on Valentine's Day and celebrating that. And I think probably next year we'll try to do something a little bit bigger, on a bigger scale with 70. And of course, maybe we'll be a little bit better in some areas. So we know that some people are, you know, and everybody has a right to their comfort level of what they're doing, what they're not doing, and stuff. So
Absolutely.
yeah, yay. So today is Valentine's Day, and I guess as far as I guess you got your guys covered, and Mindy and everything, got everybody.
Chocolates. That's
Chocolates?
the way to mine's heart.
Yeah.
You know that.
Yeah, I
So,
do know. I know.
yeah.
Can't go wrong with that. You can't go wrong with that. All right. Well, I'm going to see what today is too, and let's see what today is besides Valentine's Day. And Mindy, how good is it to keep your eyes in focus for to see your Valentine's, right?
Yeah, you have to do that so you know you can look deeply into your sweetie's eyes, right?
Yeah.
You got to keep your eyes clear and bright.
Yeah.
Non-dry. Drink your water.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
Well, I always have to remind you, Becky. You know.
Always, and I do. I have been drinking my water.
I have been
No.
doing.
There's something that's okay when you look at someone in love in their eyes.
Mhm.
What's that that's being released? There's a
Yeah. So, oh boy. Well, I know your feel-good neurotransmitter is serotonin. You know, that sort of makes you feel good.
Yeah.
I mean, so there's lots of other things, endorphins and things in your brain that get released. But there's also certain physical things that happen, like your eyes will dilate a little bit.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Your pupils go so like
your pupils will dilate a
Yeah.
little bit. Yeah.
so like you can actually tell like so many like
Well.
if you walk up to someone and they're very excited to see you, you can see that.
Well, I mean it.
Okay,
Beck. Now wait a minute. Now wait a minute.
Right? No,
okay,
it's
yes.
true.
It is true. It is true. I'm sorry, my mind just
I
went
know
into the
this
gutter.
stuff, okay?
My
I
problem.
know.
My mind just went to, okay. No, yes.
Right? No.
But I mean, I think there are body language cues, right, that we maybe don't even realize that are happening. I think the eyes are one of those things. Like you wouldn't necessarily notice somebody's eyes being dilated, but we're built to understand, you know, and there are specific, again, body cues and that kind of thing. The same thing goes if you're angry or you're nervous or whatever, you know, those cues get sent off in ways that we don't even probably realize that we're doing.
Right.
But the fact that, you know, it's yeah.
I see nervousness over there after what I just said. Did she just say that? I was trying
I'm not nervous.
I was trying to say that with your eyes, I mean, you can, you
Right.
know, right?
I was trying to rewrite because, you know, if I was in a different setting, that would have gone a whole different way,
I
right?
know,
Because
I know,
I'm just, you know, I keep it pretty real. You know, I'm just saying, I keep it pretty real. I just keep it big, and I keep it pretty real. I'm trying to, you know, it's like trying to rate a horse. You know, I'm trying to, you know, trying to reel it in here and mind the FCC rules.
You do have that. Speaking of horses, with your horse or your dogs, you know, you do have that. And like when they say that, like if your pet, okay, let's say your horse or your dog, like really catches eye contact with you, I mean, like then that is something you are their other person. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You are their, and the eye, it sets off a hormone that is a love hormone, so to speak.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Right? Is that?
Yes.
Yeah. You
Absolutely.
Can tell that. Yeah.
Because if you're not making eye contact, then, you know, that's a cue as well, right?
Yeah.
I mean, so there's other things that probably happen there. But I think, you know, our bodies do a lot of things that we're not even, you know, we don't even understand. But
these hands that are being moved around.
I know,
Jazz
thank goodness, I have the total jazz hands, so I'm
We're gonna get an airplane. It's gonna be landing here anyway. But no, it is true. Our bodies do, and it's cool. And I think too that when you find that person, or if you come up to someone and you have that, it's hard to reel it in, right? I mean,
right.
To stay cool.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes, that's correct. Absolutely. It's hard to.
So, okay, being an eye eye doctor, okay?
Yeah.
Hang in here, Mindy.
Yeah.
Can you tell, like, if my eyelashes, my eyes, my eyes are dilated? I mean, are you looking at that? Would that be it? Like, if I came up, okay, let's say that I came up, let's say I was a tall, dark, handsome, or maybe, or whatever I am, I don't know. And I come up and, all right, can you tell my eyes, because you're an eye doctor,
Tell what?
that they're dilated, that I'm like...
No, I mean, no, not really. I mean, no. I mean, I suppose if I really looked, I guess so. But I think it's more subtle than that. I think it's more subtle than that. We're talking about very subtle cues. You know, I mean, if you're okay, so here's the other thing. If your eyes are real dilated, then I've got some other questions for you. You know, like what were you doing in the car before you came in here? Yeah, right. So I mean, I think the cues, we're talking about cues that are more subtle, and it's a whole probably related to different, you know, other different body languages, that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? It's all a package, so to speak.
Right.
So it's all these cues at once.
Chemistry and coming together and trying to...
Right. So it's not just one specific, you know, thing. And I think the dilation's probably very subtle, you know. Okay. It's not something that you would...
I would love it if somebody was just all out there, was not subtle.
Again, if you know, tall, dark, handsome came up to me, eyes real dilated, yeah, that may not be the best thing. Because it may mean that, you know, and then it was kind of, you know, with some other cues going on there, you might think, well, you know, this guy might have a problem.
Yeah.
Versus,
and I can't solve it.
I can't solve that one.
I'm not the one to solve it.
But I think, you know, again, subtle, you know, there's more, you know, it's more of a subtle, those are more subtle cues that we don't even realize.
Right. I can see that.
Yeah.
For sure. That's funny. It's funny. Well, it's cool.
It is. It's
the
cool.
Chemistry and... We
We don't think of ourselves as animals, but we are. You know, I mean, nobody wants to sort of, but we are. So, you know, we think it's amazing when horses do things and dogs do things, but we do the same thing. Again, it's just we're wired to do it, and it's much more subtle, and we don't think about ourselves that way. And I wish we would a little bit more sometimes. You know,
so, and I think that's natural, right?
Yeah.
I think we try to make it happen, or make it like, you know what I mean, like.
Mm-hmm.
And just let nature, you know, let it happen.
Because, quite frankly, that's going to happen anyway, no matter what you do. You have no control. I mean, I hate to say, folks, I'm sorry, but you really don't have any control over.
You lose control of your life.
Well, I have been known to do that on occasion.
Laura, tell us, did you lose control?
Laura's totally. She's like, I am.
Stay away from me. I've got to go. She's got an emergency phone call.
We're making.
I need to give me a piece of cake and I'm out of here. Okay.
Hey, if we were on the radio, you'd be feeling real uncomfortable right now. Just say it. Yeah. So good. We're on the radio. We have to keep it clean.
Yeah. Right, Laura? Good. Yeah, it's all good. Yeah. Well, I think there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? And that's what it's supposed to be. I think sometimes that it maybe, you know, it is what it is, and that's like what you said. You know, you do that. I mean, yeah. And I mean, the dog wags its tail when it's happy. Right?
I mean, we can all wag our tails.
That's right. Can we ever? All right. Today is clean out your computer day. All right.
I'm not doing that on Valentine's Day.
I know. No. International Book Giving Day. Love that. Let's see here. League of Women Voters Day. Okay, there we go. Library Lovers Day. Oh, this is usually. I thought this was after. I thought this was the day. I really thought this was the day after Valentine's Day. Call in Single Day. I thought that was the day after Valentine's Day. You know what I mean? You were celebrating.
Singles Day.
I thought we talked about that last week.
I thought so too.
It was the Saturday girl.
National Cream-Filled Chocolates Day. Yeah. What's your favorite kind of cream-filled, Mindy?
I'm not a
Yeah.
That's not
caramel.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna take it back.
Yeah,
the Dove caramel. Yeah. All right. I'm in. Yeah.
National Ferris Wheel Day. Mindy, like the Ferris wheel?
Nope.
I do. I love it.
Nope.
Because what's your reasoning?
Just I'm not a heights girl, and the going around this, that's bad for your nervous system, folks. I just, let's not do that. Let's not go there.
I like it. I get it. You know what? It's funny because like I love roller coasters and I do the hammer or whatever you call them or the whatever that stuff is. I can do any of that. But the Ferris wheel is probably the scariest ride I'm on because there's no protection.
Right.
You have that one bar,
Yes.
and that bar to me is not going to be good enough. You know what I mean? So
we don't have wings. I mean, I'm just saying. I just no. And that's great. I love people that love them because I wish I did, but I just don't.
Like, I don't know. I like going in different cities. We went on the one in Vegas and seen so much.
That was
different.
huge. You went on that one? Oh, wow.
Is that the one with it has the enclosed, the enclosed course? Now,
okay, now that.
And you can have a cocktail in there? Yeah, okay, yeah. I'd be down with that.
See, and then there's one up in Chicago, too. And you can see it's enclosed. It's awesome, too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now that enclosed stuff, that's nice.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Did you feel okay? Right.
Look at that. That's a good.
Do you feel like? I mean, the only thing is like for motion. If you're in that closed, you can. There's windows in there, obviously.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So that might be the motion of that. Being closed. You didn't have a problem with that.
No. And it was pretty steady. So we stood up and was seeing all the different angles.
Okay.
So
all right.
That wasn't bad at all.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. All right, I might do. That may be.
But now the
next time I'm in Vegas.
Ferris wheel, I loved it. I love it of a night when you ride it at the fair and you see all the beautiful lights and you can see it just pretty well. You feel like you almost see the whole county.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I suppose that's a romantic thing to do. You sort of bill it as being romantic. My tail would be wagging. That's right.
Yeah.
People's a little dilated. Palms a little sweaty.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
You'd be. What is it? White knuckling, grabbing on.
I might, if there was a romantic situation, I might be down with it. I could be down with it. Yeah, maybe.
You could do it. Yeah, take a deep breath.
Yeah.
You got this. Yeah. I think you would enjoy it. I think you would the beautiful, the pretty lights and stuff. If you go up at night, it's the best.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll rethink this.
Yeah, rethink it. All right. This is National Football Hangover Day.
Oh, that's a good, of course, yeah.
Yeah. It was like midnight or 1. I was still trying to, I thought I'm going to get this all cleaned up before, and we had so much silly food, you know what I mean?
Oh,
Just
It's a food.
What was
It's
your
a food
favorite
night.
commercial? We didn't talk about the
I know.
commercial.
I have to.
I miss some of that. I miss some of the commercials.
Some of them weren't that great.
No, I'm not. No, and okay, the Clydesdale, the Budweiser always, and it didn't nothing really like.
I almost think the NFL one where the players were kind of jumping out. I kind of like that one, like the retro kind of feel.
Yeah,
I kind of like that the best.
I didn't.
There was one with a thing like a box barcode thing you can scan or whatever.
Yeah. That
bounced around, and it seemed like it lasted forever.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
Yeah.
Well, that one with the what's the guy that does the he is funny. Hang on. He does the doctor, whatever. He's the bald guy.
Oh yes. Off of
Myers.
Mike Myers, yes.
The Myers guy.
Yeah.
And he does the
Dr. Evil.
Dr. Evil, yeah.
So I missed the Dr. Evil one.
That was on like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, it went to me. It went on too long. It was not, and I'm a fan of him. Yes,
Right.
He really makes me laugh. But I don't know. I was just like, I don't know. There was nothing that really stood out.
No, The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air is coming as a remake on Paramount.
Yeah.
Paramount had more commercials, I thought, than anything.
Yeah.
And they weren't that great.
No.
Yeah.
I don't know. There wasn't really any that.
No, I agree.
Because I kept watching for the Budweiser because I thought that would at least be good.
Right. Yeah, it was not. It didn't do it for me either. No. What about the halftime show?
Yeah, I liked it. I liked it too.
But I liked the music. Yeah.
I liked it.
Yeah.
I think, and I said this last night, I think Mary J. Blige and Snoop are probably 2 of the coolest humans ever born.
Oh,
so,
no. And he did commercials with Martha Stewart, which was hilarious.
Yes.
When she was doing the Bic lighting. Now
Yes.
That would be my favorite.
Yeah, that's
Remember,
pretty cool.
He was like,
He and
"What are you
Martha
gonna
are
use that
buddies
for?"
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. What are you going to use
And
that
he was
for?
like, he had other ideas and some more.
Right. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, I like that one too.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I have to agree with you on that. Yeah.
And Mary J, I don't know.
She looked gorgeous. She really.
I mean, we were talking about she's.
How old is she?
Well, she's probably past my age and looking like Miss Hot Thing up there. That's awesome.
Yeah. I thought she did.
That gives all of us hope, right?
Oh, I think absolutely, yeah.
We can all wear thigh-high boots one day.
I love that. I have.
So she's my age. Yeah, she's 51. Giddy up. Okay.
I have like 10 pairs.
That's a goal.
I love them.
That's a workout goal. Get into some thigh-high boots.
Yeah, absolutely. I've got them. If anybody wants them. There's just not enough occasion.
Now, my leg will never. We can put your two boots together and try to put it on my leg, and then we'll be in business.
They're a lot of fun. They are, yeah. And when you put them on, I mean, you feel.
Now, what do you do with those thigh boots? Just wear them, or?
Yeah,
okay.
Absolutely. Yeah, if I have somewhere to go.
Right.
Yeah. They're just fun. They're a lot of fun. Really
okay, I was going down. We're gonna divert this. I was going down a road there. Laura's like, I know where you're getting.
I'm not on the road with them. I'm not on the streets with them. Okay.
That's good. No, I didn't.
Okay, there's no streets there. Okay, Mindy, let me clear that up real quick. Okay. Yeah.
So no Pretty Woman stuff going on, right? Okay, gotcha.
I love fashion. I love to have fun. But
okay.
I'm not that.
Right.
That's, there you go.
That's not a Valentine's Day thing.
No,
yeah, gotcha.
No,
all right.
Not on the street.
That the thigh-high boot. You do sort of equate those with Pretty Woman. Sometimes, don't you? I mean,
matter of fact,
it's
the
funny.
first time I wore it, I did not. I just loved them, and they looked really cute. I had a really cute dress, and they were really cute. So I was just doing that, and then I did get some comments, and I thought, why? I mean, why?
Right.
Why do you have to do that? Why can you not just have fun?
I know. They're fun. They're fun. So I think Mary J made those popular again last night for sure. Super cute.
I thought it was fun. I think that it could have lasted a little longer. It seemed really short. Of course, they have to get all the commercials in and everything. I get all that.
And then that's crazy how they change all that costume.
Yeah.
I mean, all the, the lights and all, all the stage. And I thought the stage was pretty cool, too. It was interesting.
That was very cool, yeah.
It wasn't a traditional.
Would you have been one of those dancers? I loved it. I would love to have been, you know what I mean? I would have loved to have been one of those dancers. Yeah. It was neat. Yeah.
So somebody said Eminem had took I guess he's got a spaghetti shop or something, and they had took a pop-up shop out there to Los Angeles for the weekend while he was out there performing.
How cute!
Oh, neat.
Away. I guess they feed the needy and things like that. So.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I thought, well, that's kind of a neat little thing that no one really hears. I know.
No.
The good that people do that no one knows.
Right.
I love that.
Right.
I love that. So
yeah, I thought that's pretty awesome.
That's pretty awesome.
Well, and then here's the okay. I was completely for our sister state over here, Cincinnati. For our Ohio.
Absolutely.
Okay. But hang on. I wrote that Kelly and Matthew Stanford. Did you hear that? He actually, the story of him and his wife from the Rams, that she had a brain tumor, and they have 4 daughters.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I fell in love with him.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh my goodness, and
they were high school sweethearts.
Yeah.
Georgia.
How wonderful.
Yeah.
Wasn't that? I thought
pretty neat.
What?
My husband laughed. He said that he had to, he was a Detroit Lion.
Yeah.
Matthew Stanford was, and he was his first year, being out there, and he's got a Super Bowl.
How wonderful! Yeah,
it's a neat story for sure.
I heard that before the game. I thought, oh no, I'm switching. I'm following. You know what I mean?
No.
Well, no, because you fall in love with them, and then you're like, you want them to have that. You know what I mean? How wonderful to have 4 daughters, and you think about all of that. I mean, the mom. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because trying to keep meals, trying to keep just functioning, and then he's got his football career. I mean, there had to be some wonderful family. I mean, there had to be the behind the sines. That family had to be rock stars.
Yeah,
I mean that's
for sure.
That's a lot, and not to mention just her health and everything. And then he said I'm going to get this wrong, but he said that when after her surgery, if I come in and I sit on your right side, it went well. If I stand on your left side, it didn't go so well. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, it was just, and then it like showed her therapy. It showed like all that they, you know, had gone through. So, and then of course he was good too. But I'm just saying that there's just, that was a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot. Yeah, it was that's really a cool story.
And she's
with
absolutely
them.
gorgeous. Yeah.
Yeah.
And she talked about that he wasn't into her at first. Yeah, that was kind of cute.
Now,
Yeah.
see, I must have missed that
Okay,
part.
so he wasn't into her. He was actually, so what she did, she started dating his friend or one of his teammates. Like, so then she could kind of get him jealous because he really didn't want a relationship because he was focusing on his career.
Right.
Well, then, lady luck,
right.
It worked.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Although, you know, I could see if Holly would have done that, Holly would have had her falling in love with a friend, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But she,
Yes.
you know what I mean? And I'm thinking about the friend and all this. You know, like, whoa, who was I? You know what I mean? What was I? I was just a pawn, you know, trying to get to, you know,
yeah, chess piece.
Yeah, trying to get to where you wanted to be, you know?
Right.
And it paid off, so she got it.
Right.
Well,
Yeah,
you know,
cool
sometimes
story.
that happens. Sometimes they got to come around, you know?
Yeah.
They're circling the wagon.
Right, that's
Come
right.
On, come on.
That's funny.
You know that's true, though.
Yeah, it is true.
All right, so National Football Hangover. National Have a Heart Day. Love that.
Yeah.
Definitely. National Organ Donor Day. Hats off to all the organ donors. And I learned the other day, I thought this was so awesome. And for those that, you know, are the ones that receive the organs, there's a great responsibility. They have a lot of responsibility on keeping that organs, you know.
Yeah.
And I talked to someone that was, you know, she had gotten a kidney and she was battling because she had COVID and it had hurt the kidney. And, you know what I'm saying? She was telling about that. And that's really a lot, you know what I mean? Trying to protect and trying to take care of yourself. It's
a lot.
A lot of responsibility, you know? I mean, they do a great job, you know what I mean? And with that, of course, you know, it you know, it should be. I'm not saying it shouldn't be. It's just, I just didn't realize the aftercare and all that you have to do, you know? It's really a lot, you know?
It's a lot.
I think every day you're reminded that it's a gift.
Absolutely.
You would be, right?
Yeah.
I think that would be. So, so hats off. And for those that donate the organs, hats off to them, you know, with the families. Yeah. This is National Oatmeal Day, Oatmeal Monday. Mindy, you oatmeal?
Not so much.
Laura?
I like maple and brown sugar oatmeal.
Yeah, I haven't had oatmeal forever. Pet Theft Awareness Day.
It's interesting.
I don't think mine would go with any.
I don't think it would
They're
want
too
mine.
spoiled.
Yeah,
So I had a thought. This, you know, we've been talking about over the years, and I always say we need to do this,
Yeah.
but WSLM Day should be Valentine's Day. It should be on this day.
I know.
It should be on this day.
I know.
So we need to figure out, Laura. Your committee's going to work on this, and we're going to work on
Yeah, you guys, you guys need to.
the Sweetheart Station. I mean, WSLM Day.
I know, how wonderful.
We need. I mean, all these other. I mean, these are all great. I mean, I'm not throwing shade, but you know,
No.
if those have days, then WSLM can have a day.
Yeah. And of course, Valentine's Day. So get out and enjoy. Yeah, I agree. 100% with that. 110% with that. Well, it's a good idea, definitely. So I think as far as the, let's go back real quick. I know we've been kind of doing bird trial or squirrel or whatever going off different, but I think the Super Bowl in the books. I really wanted to see the underdog win, but you know, they made it and they've got a lot to be proud of for sure.
They played a good game.
Definitely. Then going back to, of course, Valentine's Day, the radio station's birthday. Thank you, everyone, so much for those wonderful. I've gotten all kinds of kind wishes. I appreciate that. And cake we got here. But Mindy, also, we're on the trail. We are February, and I know everybody's already got spring flowers going around and everything.
Derby's almost here. Okay.
Exciting.
So we're knee deep in the preps now. So we had 2 over the weekend. The El Camino Real Derby and the Sam F. Davis, which is in Tampa Bay. Now this is kind of a wonky couple races. However, this weekend I gotta have a special. I don't know. Last year, I don't know if you recall, the El Camino Derby was won by that horse called Like the King, and the one that you like, Laura, right? Yes. This horse started at Belterra, so he had special place in my heart. But that is ran on what's called a tapetum surface, which is a synthetic dirt, which they say it kind of feels like turf, actually. So, it doesn't have a lot of big Derby implications sometimes. However, this year, because Bob Baffert, we kind of still think he's probably not going to have any horses in the Derby, but he can run in the Preakness. So this race was an automatic bid to the Preakness. So the Preakness probably will be the best Preakness that we've ever seen. And there was a horse that went off as a heavy favorite. And Bob Baffert's horse beat him. So it was pretty close, but still won. Pretty exciting race. So that horse will go to the Preakness, and so Baffert's going to have a lot of horses in the Preakness. So it should be an interesting Preakness this year, which sometimes isn't. Interesting.
Oh, I think it'll be awesome. So he won't be able to go to the Derby then. After all, I thought they were really trying to work on that.
It doesn't look like that's going to happen. Now you never know.
It could change.
It could change. Yeah, but
I just can't imagine. I'm sorry,
it would
a Derby without. I mean,
well, but
I know.
When you break the rules,
I know.
It is what it is. And he's, anyway. That's probably the least of what could have happened. So
right. I know. It's just.
So you'll have the Preakness because it'll be loaded with Baffert horses. Which again, sometimes the Preakness, the field isn't quite as big, and so this year you're going to get Bob's best horses in that. I mean, that's going to be a heck of a race. But things could still change. But here's the problem: we're too far into it now. So what are you gonna? I mean, is it going to be fair to the other owners and trainers if you suddenly have Baffert? You know what I mean?
Right.
Get these points. It's going to shake the board up. I mean, if it was going to happen,
would he already be working on the points and having the points?
The points system starts in September.
But would he not already started? I mean, would he? I mean, even though
his horses have won, but they don't get points. His horses have won Derby preps.
Okay, so I did not know that. Okay, so they allow them to participate, but they can't. They can't get points.
They cannot get points. So he has had horses.
So what would be the on his end? What would he get out of that then? If he's not getting,
that's a good question, and so
you see what I'm saying?
I do see what you're saying, and I think that is a, well, okay, so the owners of these horses pick the trainer, right? And so the thought was that maybe he would lose some horses, and he did lose a couple. Life is Good's a good example. Chad Pletcher's training that horse now, but for the most part, he didn't lose any horses. So the owners know, hey, the horse is not going to be on the Derby trail, but you can run in the Preakness, you can run in you can run in some other races in other states where this didn't happen. So it makes me wonder a couple of things. I wonder because, like, if you have a horse that wins the Preakness, you're still going to get stud fees. You know what I mean?
Oh,
so the Derby's not the only big race.
Oh,
we think of that as this, but the truth is. So when that is over, Bob's going to be right back in the game, and you know what I'm saying. So winning races is good, but there's a lot of stuff that goes on in horse racing that these owners are interested in. Breeding is one of the big ones, obviously. So
huge,
So the owners they know that they're not going to be on the Derby trail this year.
I wonder this. Okay, so I always like to know options, right? I think options are always important. But I wonder if he went ahead and trained him, okay, got him ready, and then went and then bowed out and let someone else take him from there.
That's possible.
To me, that would be one way that my horse, or the horse, because the horses work their tail ends off again. They deserve to be there if they right, and the point should be. They can't help it because of whatever circumstances prior to that.
Yeah. That, I guess that is a possibility. Mm-hmm. It's a possibility that hasn't happened yet. But we'll see. We'll have to see.
I would think if I trained a horse and let's say I trained 6 horses and they couldn't have that shot, I would be sad if it was because of me.
And you're right. But let's be clear that it's the owner the owners are the ones that choose the trainers
Right.
and choose to take horses away from the trainer.
Right.
So that could happen.
Yeah.
But we got to go back to why this happened.
Right.
You know.
Right.
And if you're an owner and you choose to stay with Baffert, that's great. And if you're an owner that chooses to take your horse away from Baffert, that's great too. It just all comes down to what the owner wants to do. Again, yeah, it's just so we'll see. I don't envision that scenario happening, and it might. I just don't think it will, because there's a lot that goes into that. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. Yeah.
I mean, we're talking about an animal, so you're changing its whole routine, and that may not be conducive. You know, you're right, they do work their tails off, but that may not be conducive to making a Triple Crown run. You know what I mean? Just because they're fast, just because they're, there's a whole set of circumstances that go with that. It may happen. I just don't think that. I don't envision that's going to happen. Just my opinion.
Right. So it's not. So if you owned a horse, it's not like, okay, it's because it's been trained by him. It's not the owner or anything like that.
No.
That's not getting points.
That's right.
So
it's him.
Any owner that has a horse being trained by him.
Two conservative, heterosexual, gun-toting, football-loving, evangelical Christian white men. In other words, the two most...
I think they're probably going to let it go. And this is what Mindy thinks, totally thinks. I think, so Naira banned him too, with New York Racing Association as well. But I think that got overturned, so I think he can run in New York now. I think the difference in Kentucky is, I think from Churchill Downs' point of view, to them, that legal battle, the crux of it, or one point that would be happening in Kentucky that didn't happen in New York is, hey, you made us look bad. You hurt our brand. You damaged our biggest race of the year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And Naira just kind of followed what, that really didn't do anything to the New York, because it didn't happen on their soil.
Right.
It happened at Churchill Downs. So I think, I don't know if because of that, maybe the legal stuff is a little more intricate at Churchill.
Yeah.
So that's why I kind of think, this thing's going to have to go. It'd have to get before a judge like ASAP before we would ever, before it would ever happen. But and then the Sam F. Davis is at Tampa Bay Downs, which is, I don't handicap Tampa Bay a whole lot because it's just kind of wonky. It's just kind of wonky track, a lot of long, I guess it's good if you like to bet on long shots because it's a lot of weird things happen on that track, but it's a beautiful track. And the horse that won it this year called Classic Causeway, Giant's Causeway is daddy. He's been my favorite from the get-go. There's not a real favorite this year. It's going to be a real competitive race. But he's got a lot of talent. He's a front runner, which is good in the Derby. If he comes out of those middle posts, look for him to freewheel it on the front end. But we've got probably 3 or 4 horses that like that front end, which is, again, a Derby running style. So it may set up for a pretty interesting. Going to be hard to handicap it, but it always is.
Definitely. I love that. All right.
But Classic Causeway, that's who I'm going with as we speak on Classic Causeway.
Remember that. Got to put him middle.
And Beck, we might have a one-eyed horse, maybe.
Now you know I'm gonna fall in love.
Un ojo. It's in Spanish. Un ojo. It means AI, one eye in Spanish, but it's un ojo. I think his left eye. I don't think he has his left eye. I'm not sure about that.
Because if you're running,
The rail, yeah. Un ojo. Yeah. He has
now
a few.
I'm gonna be in love. That's gonna be my pick.
One eye. And in Spanish too. Un ojo. But I don't know. He's pretty far down. We'll see how he does. But
I'm in love already.
Possibly have a one-eye horse again.
The underdog always.
And we might have a filly again. That has remained to be.
Hello.
I know.
Hello.
And that filly is trained by Dwayne Lucas.
Oh, giddy up.
I know. All right. But I don't
Yeah.
know. I'm not sure. Nobody knows. But man, she is. The filly division, oh man.
Giddy up.
They are, these fillies the last 3 years, unbelievable. The Oaks is going to be crazy. The Oaks is going to be crazy.
I love it.
There's 3, and I don't even know how you. They're going. It may be a closer's year in the Oaks because that pace is going to be so hot it may melt, and then somebody's going to pick a piece. I don't know, but I'm actually almost looking more forward to the Oaks this year because there's a horse named Nest. Secret Oath is the one that Dwayne has that may run. She runs in Oakland Park in Arkansas. So maybe if she does the prep for, which I think is the Risen Star, but if she does the prep for the Arkansas Derby, we'll see. So she's going to either be in those. And then Echo Zulu is the other one that, she won the Breeders' Cup Juvenile filly. So there's 3 right there that, I mean.
Oh, my gosh.
And we're not even including, again, Bob Baffert. Bob Baffert's got one called Adair Manor. She is unbelievable. So this is when I'm going to miss Baffert in the Oaks.
Yeah.
Because those 4 horses, that race, I mean, just that stuff dreams are made of. I'm telling you, the Oaks is going to be something dreams are made of this year. We hope, as long as everybody stays healthy and sound and all that.
Yeah,
so.
definitely.
Yeah. So let's look for
Derby. Love that.
Look forward to the Oaks.
All right, we got to get out of here, Laura. Let's thank our sponsors.
Absolutely. We have Walmart, Meadowview Healthcare, Salem Crossing, Hoosier Uplands, Celebrity Home Loans, Dr. Black's Eye Associates, Dr. Mindy Gunn, and Fox Curly Wealth Management.
Yay. Thank you to our wonderful sponsors.
Happy birthday!
Happy Valentine's Day!
Happy Valentine's
Thank you, guys.